I'll tell you who else is here. And when I found out, I got a little excited. I don't know about you. I know you did, Moya.
Yeah, I must admit, yes.
Mr. John McAfee is here. He's joined us this evening. If you follow John on Twitter, which I do, Oz does, you know he's not into grammar so much. He's whatever, right? Words, they're just words. The numbers chose him. And I'd like to welcome John McAfee on stage now for a few words for our event tonight. John?
I can say very quickly that I did some research about John when I knew he was going to be here today. And there was a certain video that I saw regarding the fact that obviously he's not hands-on with his business these days, but he does still reply to the occasional email. If you haven't seen that video, it's worth a watch for sure.
If you need help uninstalling his software,
he's your guy, yeah.
If any of you have followed my odyssey, you'll be familiar with my time in Belize, my time on the run, my imprisonment in Guatemala, and my return to America. I know about poverty. When I first went to Belize, the first newspaper article called me Dr. McAfee, because I have a doctorate in science. When I moved into the jungle, people thought I was a real doctor. I had a compound on the New River in Belize, and every day, mothers would bring their children to me with swollen bellies, losing their hair, blotched skin, saying, "What's wrong with my baby?" And I would say the same thing, "Your baby is starving. It needs nutrition." And they'd say, "Well, no, my baby eats." "Well, what does it eat?" "Papayas." "How long?" "Well, 4 months." "Anything else?" "No." You hear, while I was living there, and mothers were bringing me their dying children. And by the way, when they would bring these children, I would send my staff with the mother to a local supply store and buy a year's supply of beans, rice, dried meats, and so on. Months later, the mothers would bring their babies back, smiling and laughing, still missing hair, but clearly healthy. This is 90% of the world. We sit here drinking and enjoying and laughing and wearing fine clothes, while 90% of the world lives in poverty. I know this because I have lived within it, and I have seen it. Now, we live in a world where the haves have everything, and the have-nots have nothing. In this room, if you're all crypto people, and I can tell from your clothes and your expressions and your attitudes, there's probably more money in this room than in the Bank of America. And what do you do with your money? What should you do with your money? Do you owe anything to the world from which you take your wealth? I say yes, because at some point, I'm 73, the end of my time is coming. I am very clear about that. And at some point, the end of your time is coming. And at that time, of what good will be your accumulation of assets if you have not given back to this world what you have taken from it? I'm not saying give everything away and wander naked in the streets, although that may benefit some of you. But I am saying you owe to your children and grandchildren and everyone's children and grandchildren. You owe them a better world. Can there be a better world if a tiny few control everything, including the supply of food, clothing, and shelter? I'm not speaking from an ideology, I am speaking from an experienced standpoint. And those of you who know me know my experience has at times been severe. My fight against the injustice in Belize caused my eventual downfall, my incarceration, near death and return. I have seen with my eyes that world which few of you have seen or will see. But I'm telling you now, those people who suffer are the same as you. They have hopes and dreams. They love. They have grace, commitment, as well as all the vices that we here have, which is jealousy and greed, fear, anger. Tonight, you have an opportunity to do something real that can change the tragic state of this world. I urge you to dig into your pockets and see what is there that you can free up to help this world. And I'll stop now. There's nothing worse than speaking at a dinner when people are hungry. So thank you very much.
Thank you, John.